I have a very important discussion. If you are a single mom, you are my audience for this video. So please stay close, watch to the very end. And if especially your road, or do I say your channel or way to being a single mom was due to domestic abuse, or peradventure maybe it was not, maybe you've experienced abuse growing up, abused by your parents, abused by anybody, maltreated or whatever, as far as there's a kind of traumatic experience for you, either as a child or on your trip to being a mother, please watch this video. So there's this thing that is beginning to be a concern to me that I think, even though it is very delicate and sensitive, I think it's good we talk about it. So the other day I was speaking with a lady who is also a single mom. By the way, I'm a single mom as well. So I want you to know I'm speaking from a place of understanding, and I'm not here to judge you. But I think if no one is calling you to order, you will keep going down this road, a very slippery road where you are going to be raising what you don't want to be, and you will turn to what you don't want to be. Sadly, a lot of single moms have become exactly what they hate most. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of scenario. Say, for example, you, as a single mom, you went through abuse, domestic abuse, or peradventure you were raped at some point in your life, or your children were also traumatized. Anything relating to abuse or trauma, you experienced any of those things. And I honestly sympathize with you. I went through abuse myself, and it almost took my life. I became a shadow of myself, and yeah. But I'm grateful to God that I didn't make that a tool or weapon of manipulation. But sadly, a lot of single moms have turned their predicaments and experiences to a tool to manipulate other people. Now, you may say, what do I mean by that? I'm not even talking from the perspective of men. See, anybody that decides to put every single mom under an umbrella of, oh, every single mom are useless, they don't deserve my attention. Because if you don't decide to know a person for themselves, judging them based on some perspective or general rule that some people have made, I'm not here to help your life. You should be a responsible adult by doing your own due diligence and making sure that you get the right information before you start running with it. So that's not my business. But I'm here to talk about single moms who have turned their predicaments, their experiences as a tool to manipulate, control, and become exactly what they hate the most. Take, for example, as a single mom, you reach out to me to help you. And yes, I deal with a lot of single moms. I even have them I have a group for them. Even though right now I've been kind of, I don't know about the group, but let me leave the group out of this discussion. The point is, I've had to remove some people from that group, and let me tell you why. Many single moms are manipulative. Many of you are controlling. Many of you are so evil. You have become what you hate the most. And this is how you do it. You come with your story of what you've been through, and you tell it to someone you perceive to be richer than you, even though they are single moms. You now tell them their story, and the minute they are saying, oh, I'm sorry, I can't help you, you begin to act weirdly. Another one you do is to start competing with them. Nobody is competing with you. You become envious and jealous of them. Some of you go as far as trying to know the detail of how they are making it in life. If a person is not comfortable sharing some personal details with you, how about you respect it? Some of you are jealous, and then I even remember one particular woman, I was coaching her, and she asked me, she threw this direct question at me. She said, Ruth, you've been through abuse like I did, but you seem to be very thriving compared to me. How exactly did you do it? Now, mind you, I was willing to tell her. In fact, I did tell her. I told her what I did. I went through coaching, thousands of pounds and dollars. Yes, I did. I went into debt because of it, because I need to heal, And upon telling her, it felt like, you can tell she was not satisfied. She felt I'm lying to her. I'm not telling her the truth. I'm very happy that some of the people in that coaching are going to likely see, in fact, they are going to definitely see this video. They will know the journey and how it was for me. And I remembered even getting some financial support through the coaching. So it was not an easy journey for me. There were days where I had to go on hunger strike because I needed my kids to eat. There were days I only have just 3 clothes to wear. And I'm proud to say this because it is my journey. I'm not ashamed to say it. There were days I have to, in fact, I remember one particular miracle I would never get tired of sharing when I didn't have, the food I have left at home would only last us for 2 weeks, and there's no payment for almost, would not last us for more than 2 days, and my payment will be almost 2 weeks before I get another payment. I remembered going to where my food is, and I'm like, Holy Spirit, I don't know how you're going to do it. You will multiply this food. It will not finish until the day I get my payment. And yes, the food lasted until the day I got my payment. That's a miracle. Now, I could do that because I was not seeking pity party. I could do that because I worked on myself. I could do that because I worked on my journey, and I made sure to face my healing journey. Was it easy? Trust me, it wasn't. It was hectic. There were days I wanted to run away from the reality of things. There were days I felt frustrated. There were days I wanted to give up. There were days I'm like, oh, this guy will not leave me because I left a narcissist husband. So it was not an easy journey. Court proceedings that should last for just 3 months lasted me for almost 2 years, and then I still went back for another 3 months because he wouldn't let me rest. And I remembered him even kidnapping the kids. Yes, it took me 4 hours before I got my kids back. So if you're thinking that I'm having it easier, in case you want to start thinking, I'm hoping this little highlight I've shared with you would make you realize that nobody is having it easy anyway. So stop the pity party. Stop the manipulation. Stop it. Stop it. You are misrepresenting the genuine was among us. And honestly, it's beginning to become insulting and embarrassing. People even want to help you, but you feel entitled to their help because you are a single mom. People genuinely want to care for you, but you, because of your manipulative skill in talking, you make them run away, and then you come back and say people are avoiding you. Please tell me, how will people not avoid you when you keep doing this? You can't be maltreating people, gaslighting them, being envious of them. You don't even know their journey. You don't even know what they are going through. See, as much as I really want to understand with you, I'm not going to agree with you with your bad behavior. So if you're a single mom and you have been through any traumatic experiences and you have subconsciously started using it to manipulate others, let this video be a means for you to think, reflect, and change your attitude. Because I want to tell you something. If you do not change, you're not going to be the only one that is going to suffer. Your children will. Because any healing your soul experiences, the overflow will go to your children, whether you like it or not. And that's why I will always tell people, as much as you being abused was not your fault, your healing is your responsibility. If you now choose not to heal, don't be surprised if your children start hating you. Don't be surprised if your children start avoiding you. Don't be surprised if your children start looking for their father. Because you made them have a reason to look for that. They're going to be like, okay, maybe that mom is like this. Probably she's the one that has a problem. Let me go and look for daddy. You caused it. And no, you cannot guilt trip the children. Oh, I suffered over your life. No, as much as I want to admit that you suffered over their life, you also made them suffer needlessly. You made them pay. Then there are those who will be fighting and blaming the children for their own mistakes. A child acts like a child, and the next thing you're saying, if not for your father, in fact, I'll do this to your father. In fact, that one, you are referring to the father. Let's even say the father was a bad father. It is not the child's business. It is not the child's responsibility. The child should not ever be having to carry your guilt for you. And moreover, you're not even meant to carry the guilt. That is where healing comes. If you're not intentional about your healing, then you should be ready to keep going through the circles. But it's just sad that your children will be among the victims. And that's how generational patterns build up. Then you start seeing that your children are avoiding you. And then when you're now older, you'll not be saying things like, I suffered over your life. No, ma. You chose to suffer. They did not make you suffer. You chose to suffer. You not having a good husband around you is your responsibility. Yes, I'm not blaming you, but it was firstly your responsibility to choose the right person. And if you made a mistake, don't make your children pay for it. And don't go about manipulating other people all just because you went through shit. Everyone goes through every kind of thing. We all have different challenges, even the non-single moms. So please, Treat people the way you want to be treated and stop being manipulative. Work on your healing. I'm sure by the time you do this thing, as painful as the experience may be, you will look back and be grateful you did, because I am super grateful I did.